What's up guys, this is Chronic Rush and welcome to episode 14 of my FIFA 14 Road to Gold Around the World series. Welcome back guys. Last episode we continued on with this Air Tri-City league and got a couple of injuries as well as a win as well, which was a fairly nice win against a Bundesliga squad. We're going against another Bundesliga squad here. Some of the more unusual players to see in the squad, to be honest, but you got Juve here and Ramos up front, the Colombian striker for Hertha. But go to the 10th minute here, he runs down to the baseline with and pulls it back to Mkhitaryan, the new Borussia signing, and he finishes that in to make it 1-0 in the 11th minute there. He then goes and gets a corner here, whips that across, and Socrates goes and heads that home to make it 2-0 in the 31st minute here. Finn here goes to try and get that straggled ball up there from the through ball, and Sobotic here just overhead ball straight down to Juve here, outpaces my centre backs and just finishes that very tidily into the top net to make it a 3-0. Then move to the 90-odd minute here, chips over the keeper, lovely clearance there from my player, and I thought there was no clips in my team whatsoever, so I decided to put that fairly nice overhead kick goal line clearance from my player. And as you can see there, the R word, relegation. We have gone through relegation, which is horrible. I needed to win that game. I was fairly pissed. I think I needed like even a draw just to stay in the division. I didn't really care if I didn't win. I just wanted to stay in the division. I didn't really want to get relegated because that normally when you move on to the next league, it makes it kind of easier in the sense that it's going to be a better league. I'm not too sure on what league I'm going to move on, but we're going to go into this cup. But it makes it easy in the fact that obviously you need less points. But we got up against this fairly nice English bronze team with Jesse Lingard. I think it's Eccleston up front. Moscherino, the Preston centre mid. Some fairly nice players there, Flanagan. But he flips this in up to Proctor, heads that home to make it 1-0 in the 9th minute. And I thought this cup run was going to go absolute to shambles here. Fairly nice tackle there to dispossess me of the ball. He runs down the wing here with that Moscherino guy who he was fairly decent in FIFA 12. I haven't tried him out on this game. FIFA 13, sorry. But I haven't tried him out again. But he wins this ball straight back and quickly 1-2 over the top. Gets it to Eccleston. He's just going to chip that over. I thought I did enough there with the header, but Eccleston's going to, I think he's a bit taller. And goes and wins that header to make it 2-0. Then move to the 57th minute here. He goes on the counter-attack here. Moscherino straight to Jesse Lingard, straight to Proctor, cuts inside. Thought I could try and, I didn't think he was expecting to cut inside. Slide tackle there, and he goes and shoots. Bottom right corner to make that 3-0 in the hour mark, which wasn't going too good whatsoever. Rogers goal kick, smashes it down the field. Zayed here, unfortunately, loses that header. Eccleston here picks that ball up. Quick, a nice, accidental tackle there from Denley, I do believe, but he passes that cross side, he's going to pick up this ball, and he's going to finish that there. Definitely need to finish one of those goals. I don't want to, you always want to score a goal at least in the game to get your motivation back up. But go into the 84th minute here, Eccleston here picks the ball on the outside and works his way in. Nice piece of skill there from himself, passes it to Jesse Lingard, just going to easy finesse shot that into the right hand corner to make that 4-1. And again, out of the cup now guys, so that means we are finally, which I'm actually happy about, not going to use the Air Tri-City League anymore. The only problem is we did get relegated, but I just discarded these players. Fuck them. They were so shit. I know it's going to be, I'm automatically in a disadvantage using these bronze players and against gold players, but we're going to move on to the Football League Championship. I decided to move on to this before the Scottish Premier League, and the main reasoning behind that was because this is the Football League Championship, then you got the Scottish Premier League, and then you got the Barclays Premier League. I thought the Premier League is going to make it more significant than the Championship, and I decided that some players in the SPL were actually quite more expensive, and I wanted to try and get the best squad out of the SPL, so I decided to hopefully stack up my coins through this league, and then hopefully have a decent solid amount of coins, and the Championship's got some fairly nice players as well. So let's get into the squad builder of this episode, and we're going to be talking about the Football League Championship, or the Championship, whatever you want to call it. And basically QPR players, quite a few of them I'm going to have in this team. But we're going to pick up Julio Cesar in goal, the Brazilian 82 rated keeper, I do believe. I may have got that wrong. Trying to remember off the top of my head. Yep, 82 rated keeper. Very good keeper indeed, actually, guys. Some fantastic stats across the board. Go and pick up a player called Osborne, Millwall centre-back, decent amount of pace. Also going to pick up another QPR player here, Anua. I'm not too sure he pronounced this guy's name. Plays centre-back. He's about 6 foot. He's probably not, I don't know, maybe a bit taller. Not too sure, but he's got 77 pace. Yeah, 77 pace with my 78 pace of Osborne. So fairly pacey two centre-backs, which is fairly nice. I need a bit more pace after that agonising slowness of centre-backs in the Air Tri-City. Then I was thinking of formations to do, and I decided to go for the 4-1-4-1. I've heard some good things about it, but you just need to make sure you choose the right players, decent work rates and stuff like that. Go and pick up this player here, Brian, Leeds player. If you didn't know, in a couple of episodes ago, he scored an absolute thunderbolt from a screen, basically just blast it right in the corner. And there's only a couple, him and a bit faster player, and I decided to go for him, see what he's like, and that's why I chose him. Also go and pick up HowTo. I was thinking of the other QPR player, Traore, but he was going for quite a bit, and I decided to just go for HowTo. Not being paciest player, but hopefully he's got decent, well-rounded stats. I think he's got decent like free kicks and crossing, so should be all right on the corners. Got substantial pace, I do believe. Moving on to the centre mids, we're going to pick up Diakite, the midfielder, Samba Diakite for QPR, and pick him up for about 1,800 coins there. Go and pick him in the centre mid spot. Fairly decent stats, 78 pace, 73 defending. I think he's more of a defensive centre mid, should I say. So I was thinking more defensive, and then defensive centre mid, one attacking, and then you got the CDM, and you kind of want high work rates in the centre mid spots. Well, that's what I was thinking when I bought this, built this team. Pick up Williams, a Reading CDM USA player. Very, very solid player indeed, guys. Definitely recommend him if you're looking for a CDM and very cheap player. Go and look at this player, Austin, Leeds centre mid. Very pacey player, 82 pace, 73 defending. Well-rounded player, decent stats across the board, and he high attacking, high defensive. So I thought I wasn't too sure on the centre mids, because I've never played with the 4-1-4-1 formation before, and I wasn't too sure on what combination you wanted in the midfield. But I felt after using this squad, I felt I was lacking mainly in the attack force, and maybe it would be better to have more of a let's say high and high, and then have one extremely high attacking mid. I think that would work quite well. Go and pick up McCleary here, Reading Jamaican right mid, very pacey player. It's him or Wright Phillips. I decided to go for McCleary, just overall better player, well-rounded stats. And I was looking for Dolente, the other Reading player, Royston Dolente, but he's going for an absolute fortune. Fantastic player. He's got absolute unbelievable stats, 74 rated. But just go and pick up Julia Hoylett here in the left mid position. So we only got one more position to fill up here, and that's going to be the striker, I do believe. And I do believe I go and pick up another QPR player, which is Andrew Johnson, not Andy Johnson. For some reason I thought he's called Andy Johnson, I'm not too sure. But I was looking for his price here. I thought he's going to be a fairly solid player. He's got decent stats. He may not be the fastest, but he's got like decent shooting, decent dribbling, decent heading, as you can see here. 77 dribbling, 73 shot. I think he's got 70 odd heading as well. So I thought that may be fairly solid. I think I was still lacking on a bit of pace up front, and as well as attacking duo slash. Basically my defense was solid. I've got pace at the back, and very pacey to centre backs. CDM just sits in front, does very, very well. And then it was like, I just felt lacking in the centre mid spot. I just didn't seem to have enough attack force whatsoever. So if you're thinking about the 4-1-4 formation, I'd definitely recommend picking more of an attacking midfielder. And more of a defensive one as well, or just go for both attacking and make sure you drop, make sure you have a really solid CDM that you can work well with, and pacey centre backs. But we're going to go out and pick up some kits now, and go and pick up the QPR, I think that's it, their home, a third kit I do believe, not too sure, and also go and pick up the Yeovil Town kit, I think, and I'm not too sure on what badge. I normally go for the Blackpool badge. I did that last year, and I did it this year. I'm not too sure why. I just think it's a fairly simplistic badge, and it's one of those, like, you know, you think of the old school football, I don't know, clubs and stuff like that, and that's kind of like a similar badge. Fairly simple and fairly standing out orange, bright orange, whatever you want to call it. But that's the squad there, Bill. I'll show you a quick look here. You got to see there, Julio Cesar, a couple of 4 goal players, rest silver, so it should be fairly solid, very pacey defense as well, so I should be fine. But guys, this is coming to the end of the episode. If you like, so remember to hit the like button. Also remember to subscribe. Stay tuned to this series, and any feedback in the comments would be muchly appreciated. This has been Con Rush. Till next time, adios.